the chief's daughter and the river spirit. Long ago, in a verdant valley surrounded by whispering trees and distant hills, there stood a peaceful village named Umuokem. The people were known for their strength, honesty, and respect for nature. They farmed the rich soil, sang during harvest, and honored the spirits that protected their land. But among all the sacred places in Umuokem, none was more revered than the river Aji, a winding stream that shimmered like silver and never ran dry. At the heart of the village stood the palace of Chief Nananyelyo, a wise and noble man who ruled justly. His people respected him, but his greatest treasure was not gold nor land. It was his only child, a daughter named Amara. Amara was as beautiful as the morning sun. Her voice could calm storms, and her kindness touched every soul. She tended to the sick, helped the old, and sang to the orphans. Yet, for all her grace, Amara was humble. She often slipped away from the palace to sit by River Aji, dipping her feet into the cool water and whispering her thoughts to the flowing current. The elders said the river had a spirit, a guardian named Izaji, who listened to those pure in heart. But no one had seen the spirit in generations. Most thought it was only a story to scare children away from disrespecting the water. One fateful season a change came. The sky darkened for weeks, and not a drop of rain fell. The crops withered. The rivers thinned. Even River Aji, once deep and lively, began to dry at its edges. Panic filled the village. Chief Nananyelyo summoned his council. Sacrifices were offered, dances performed, but the drought only worsened. Children cried from hunger, and the people begged their chief to do something. One night Amara had a dream. She stood at the river, and from its center rose a glowing figure with eyes like stars and hair flowing like waves. "Do not be afraid," the figure said. "I am Izaji, spirit of this river. A curse lies upon these waters, cast by a greedy man who seeks to steal the life of this land." Amara trembled. "What can be done?" "There is a charm buried deep in the forest, poisoning the river's soul," Izaji replied. "Only one with a heart free of pride and fear can remove it. You must go, Amara. You are the hope of your people." She awoke at dawn, heart pounding. Without delay, she went to her father. "Father, I must travel to the sacred forest beyond the hills," she said boldly. "The spirit of River Aji has spoken to me. I must break the curse." Her father's face twisted in worry. "Amara, you are all I have. The forest is dangerous, and the journey long. But if I do nothing, we will all perish," she said softly. After moments of silence, Chief Nananyelyo gave her his blessing, placing his staff in her hands. "Go, my daughter. The spirits guide you." Amara set off before the sun rose. She walked through the farmlands, past sleeping huts, and into the deep, dark forest where no one had gone in years. Birds flew overhead, but their songs were sorrowful. Thorns scratched her skin, but she pressed on, remembering the eyes of the starving children and her father's trembling hands. At the heart of the forest stood an ancient tree, hollow and tall, its roots twisted like the legs of a giant. The air around it felt heavy. Amara knelt beside it and began to dig with her hands. The soil burned her fingers, but she dug until she struck something, a black charm wrapped in snakeskin and sealed with blood-colored beads. The moment she touched it, the forest screamed. Wind howled. Thunder rolled. And from the shadows emerged a man cloaked in smoke and shadow, Agwar, the dark sorcerer who had cursed the river. "You dare touch my charm," he roared, his eyes red like burning coals. "I do not fear you," Amara said, though her knees trembled. "You've brought suffering to innocent people. That ends today." Agwar raised a staff ready to strike. But suddenly, the river spirit Izaji appeared, shining with light. His voice thundered through the forest. "This child is under my protection, Agwar. Be gone." With a deafening crash, lightning struck the tree. The charm shattered in Amara's hands. Agwar screamed and vanished into the earth, swallowed by the roots of the ancient tree. Izaji turned to Amara, now bruised and tired. "You have done what no one else could. Your bravery has restored the river. The spirit lifted his hands, and rain began to fall, soft at first, then stronger and stronger. The trees danced, the forest glistened, and the river sang once more. Amara returned to her village soaked but smiling. When the people saw her, they fell to their knees in joy. The sky cleared, and the once dry lands began to drink the rain. Chief Nananiello ran to his daughter and embraced her. "You have saved us," he whispered. From that day on, River Aji flowed deeper and purer than ever before. Crops flourished, and the people sang Amara's name in praise. But Amara never sought glory. She returned often to the riverbank, where the waters whispered to her, and sometimes, if you looked closely, you could see a shimmer on the water's surface, a glimpse of Izaji watching over his chosen daughter. And so, the legend of the chief's daughter and the river spirit lived on. Children told the story under the moonlight. Elders spoke of her courage by the fire. And River Aji, faithful and full, remained the heart of Umuokem for generations to come.